Hello, friends. So my first question for you is, do you have toilet paper? Do you have toilet paper? It is crazy. It is crazy town right now everywhere because of this coronavirus hysteria. Honestly, it's just nuts. But I am not here to talk to you about the coronavirus. And I am not here to tell you how to prevent the coronavirus. I am here to tell you how I prevent myself from getting sick and how I prevent my kids from getting sick. And this applies to every kind of sickness. This applies to the flu. This applies to any type of sickness. I'm not labeling it the coronavirus, okay? Because whatever. This is how I prevent myself from getting sick. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of prevention. If you didn't know this, I am a registered nurse and I worked in the hospital for almost 7 years, a pediatric registered nurse. So I was in healthcare. I'm also a nutritionist. So I am super into holistic aspects of food as medicine to your body, and that we all have our different beliefs. But, I do things a little bit different than I would say some. I know I have a lot of health nuts out there as well. So in saying that, I try to avoid medication. I try to avoid antibiotics, antivirals. I don't do the flu vaccine. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't do the flu vaccine myself. When I worked in the hospital, I had to get the flu vaccine. I do not get the flu vaccine now. But I'm going to share with you how I prevent myself from getting sick and how I prevent my kids from getting sick. And I have the perfect example for this, okay? So back in January, and I actually had a lot of you message me about this. It was kind of funny. I had a lot of moms messaging me, and a lot of my friends and even my clients were like, I'm praying you don't get sick. So maybe it was prayers. I don't know. And God just protected me from getting sick. But in January, my kids were really sick. And I don't know if you were following me, but we are a super duper healthy family. We go to the doctors once a year for their physical checkup for my kids to play sports. We don't really go other than that. That's about it. But in January, we got sick, and it was so sick that I was actually concerned. Sorry, Charlie likes to bark. I was concerned about how bad the sickness was because we've never been this sick in our entire lives. Ethan and Ella, my two oldest, had a fever for 8 days. My youngest, Emmy, she had a fever for 11 days. Steven had a fever, and he did go on medication because it was so bad, but no one tested positive for the flu. Not one person tested positive for the flu. It was so bad. We took the kids to the doctor. I took Emmy to the doctor 3 times because I was like, this is not getting better. Her cough isn't getting better. Holy moly cannoli. And I was concerned. We didn't do medication. We just did everything here at our house we took care of because there was no medication to treat them. But I never got sick. Mamas, if you are listening, mamas, this is really important. And every mom knows that if it goes through your house, there's a good chance you're going to get it last because you've taken care of everyone. Everyone has breathed on your face. You've had snot, sneezed on your face. You've been coughed on. You've slept with your kids. You've been snuggled. As a mom, you're going to get sick, okay? And when this sickness started to go through our house, this sickness was in our house for 3 weeks, you guys. I was taking care of sick people for 3 weeks. I thought to myself, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this sickness, and it is going to be awful. And oh my gosh, our family can't function if I get sick. That was the fears that were going through my head. So I started to just do some extra things. But you guys, this is the key in all of this. I do daily prevention, whether or not there's the flu or the coronavirus. I prevent getting sick through some of these daily practices that I'm going to share with you. But then when my kids are sick, I kind of up a few things, up the ante to prevent getting sick. So I'm going to give you my tips, and hopefully you're doing these things. If you're not, just start doing them now. You're not going to find me outside walking around with the mask on. I'm not going to be like that. I'm just going to prevent. like I do 365 days out of the year. I prevent being sick so that I can be healthy. Same with my kids. And then I do a few things in between to help when it gets kind of worse in like this time of state of mind that we're in. So the first thing that I do is I do have notes because I didn't want to forget anything is number one is I stay hydrated. That is like my rule of thumb is no matter what, if you want to stay healthy, stay hydrated. Drink water, drink water, drink water, drink water. Water is so important. That's why we're out of water right now. I mean, people are out of water. I was just out of Target. Target was out of stock of water because of this coronavirus thing. Not so. You should be drinking water whether or not we have coronavirus because you can't live without water and you need to stay hydrated. A little rule of thumb is if your pee is clear, A+ for you. If your pee is clear, A+ for you for drinking enough water. If it is yellow, dark yellow, you need to be drinking more water. That's a little nurse's tip for you. I remember one of my best friends, her pee was always bright yellow. I don't know why I knew that, but her pee was always bright yellow, and she said her pee smelled. I was like, girlfriend, you are not drinking enough water. Drink your water. Rule of thumb is drink your weight in ounces. That's it. What I do is I have a gallon of water, and my goal is just to drink the gallon of water every day, have it complete. And I just keep filling up like my cup. I'm totally leopard out today. As I just keep filling up my cup with water. And you know what? If you're someone that doesn't like water, make it easier for you. I have a straw. I know that's so like simple, but I find myself drinking more water if it's more accessible. Drink it out of a straw. Whatever works best for you. Drinking water flushes out your body. It keeps you hydrated. Drink more water. Next is eating clean. Nutrition is everything. If I say nothing at all, take drinking water and eating clean like as your top two. Eating clean is so important to staying healthy. Food is medicine to your body. Food is medicine to your body. I'm going to say it 100 gazillion times. Food is medicine to your body. You are what you eat, and your health starts from the inside out. Your health starts from the inside out. So if you are feeding your body with high inflammatory foods, if you are eating lots of sugar, alcohol, dairy is a trigger. I know I might be stepping on toes. Dairy, those things, just eating processed food, that is going to increase your inflammation, which is going to make you more susceptible to getting sick. Any type of sickness, not just the coronavirus. Okay, that's called the flu. It's called the common cold. It's called anything that is sickness can be increased when you are eating poorly. So for me, when my kids were really sick in January, I knew I wanted to be, even though I eat clean 80% of the time, I knew, okay, if I want to avoid getting sick because I'm living in the sickness, I'm definitely going to watch my sugar intake, and I'm going to cut alcohol, like wine. Like I know right now in this crazy time, it was funny. I was watching one of my coaches on her Instagram. You know who you are. She's like, I ate the donuts. I drank the wine. She's like, I caved. I was emotionally eating. In times of crisis, like what we're in right now, stress, women tend to emotionally eat. I get it. That is me. I was in the line at Target today, and there's this girl in front of me, and she had literally a stack of Oreos. And I'm like, are you preparing for the coronavirus with your Oreos? And she's like, yes. She's like, I guess because Lent is going on right now. She's like, I think it's okay to eat some Oreos if I need to. I've been stressing out about this virus thing. My husband travels. And we were laughing about that. But in times of stress, we go to food. But that's the worst thing you can do is to eat poorly when you're trying to prevent. Eating poorly does not reduce your risk of getting sick. It increases your risk. So just be more aware, eat more greens. Great tip is not only drink more water, but when you're sitting down to eat your meal, your plate, make sure it's a whole bunch of vegetables, lots of veggies, lots of greens on your plate, because those are going to help you prevent sickness. So watch what you're eating, cut the processed food, really try to reduce sugar and alcohol and dairy, and just be smart with your food, okay? Yeah. Fourth thing, actually this is the third thing, is work out. You guys, work out. I don't care what type of workout you do. I don't care. It does not matter to me. Go walk your dogs, put your kids in a stroller, just get your body moving for 20 to 30 minutes a day. 20 to 30 minutes a day just to sweat the toxins out. It is scientifically proven that when you work out, you're flushing out the toxins. You're strengthening your immune system. So just go move. Just go move. And with everything going on, I know I'm going to be the killer of bad news. I would probably avoid the gym. I'm going to be honest. I would probably avoid the gym right now. If I had a gym membership, I would not be going to the gym. If I had a gym membership, I wouldn't, because people are sweaty and they're dirty and stuff is dripping out of people's orifices. Is that the right word? And it's stuff all over. And I have been at a gym before and I see that person on that elliptical, they are dripping in sweat, they're wiping their face, they're touching everything, and they get off and they don't wipe it down. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The gym is like a germ breeding ground. So I encourage you to do your workouts at home right now, especially with this big virus hoo-ha going on right now, is avoid the gym, work out at home, go outside, get a run, because another tip is to go outside of mine to stay healthy. Get out of the gym. I would not go there. If you do go, listen, for those of you that are like, Allie, I cannot work out at home. It's not going to work for me. Then you know what? If you go to the gym, bring hand sanitizer, bring like disposable or the Clorox wipes, and just wipe your stuff down before. Most gyms have stuff there for you. They have the wipes. You can pull the wipes and you can clean down perfectly fine. But listen, there are people out there who are not, they don't care about spreading their germs. So just be careful, okay, of the gym. If you can, work out at home. If not, just clean up your zone before you work out and then clean up after yourself at the gym. Next, which I already talked about, get your workout on, go outside maybe, is soak up some rays. Get in the sunshine. Get in the sunshine. Vitamin D is incredible to prevent sickness. It's incredible to prevent viral sicknesses, the flu, coronavirus. So get outside. Take your workout outside. Take your kids outside. Take your work outside if you work remote. And just go soak up some vitamin D. It will instantly make you feel better, okay? Next is sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Prevention. This is daily for me, you guys. Again, all of these tips I'm sharing with you right now, these are daily practices for me. They're not something that I start doing when it's flu season. I do all of these things year round, 365 days out of the year. Sleep. 80% of healing occurs while you're sleeping. If you are functioning on 3 and 4 hours of sleep, you are setting yourself up at a higher risk of getting sick. I'm going to preach to myself here because I am someone that functions on very little sleep. I don't need it. I don't need sleep, but your body does. Even if you think you don't need sleep, you need sleep. So this whole, lately, actually one of my New Year's resolutions, goals, I don't like to say resolutions, one of my goals for 2020 is to consistently get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. This week I've got 3 hours of 9 hour sleeps, 9 hours sleep, which I never thought I would sleep that much, but your body needs it, especially if you're someone that go. If you are a type A, my personality, your body needs to rest because you usually don't rest when you're awake. So getting sleep is everything. 80% of healing occurs while you're sleeping. So if you're in an environment where there's lots of germs, lots of sickness, your body is trying to prevent against that. So get sleep, which goes into, you got to minimize stress. Stress lowers your immune system. Stress creates inflammation in your body. Remember we talked about eating clean, limiting the inflammatory foods. Stress, chronic stress on your body, acute stress on your body will predispose you to getting sick. It will. If you are getting little sleep, just think about this. Getting little sleep, running around with your head cut off like a chicken, eating poor quality food, not staying hydrated, not getting enough sleep, you are the perfect person to get sick. Okay? So minimize stress. It lowers the immune system. Take some Epsom salt baths. Disconnect from social media. You guys, I cannot watch some of the stuff that's going on right now because it creates stress and it creates fear. And stress is triggered most of the time by fear and by what ifs and worrying and all of that stuff. So lower your immune system. It lowers your immune system. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. You guys, I really hope that you are not washing your hands for the first time now due to the coronavirus. I remember in nursing school, like in our first week of nursing school, we did a clinical evaluation of washing our hands. We had to wash our hands for 20 seconds. And they watched us. Wash them. Don't mind the way I say wash. Can't help it. It's a northern thing. 20 seconds. And you got checked off. You got like an A or B or a C if you did not wash your hands appropriately in nursing school. Wash your hands 20 seconds. Count it, 20 seconds. Lather them up. Do not be that person that goes into the bathroom at the movie theater and just puts your hand under water. No, get the soap on your hand, wash your hand for 20 seconds, rinse it off, and you're good to go. And then yes, get a paper towel and put it on the door handle, okay? Now, supplements that I take. So those are my daily practices. I'm going to say them all again to you. Stay hydrated, eat clean, work out, soak up some rays, aka sunshine, get some sleep, minimize stress, wash your hands. Those are daily practices that I do every single day, okay? Supplements though. What are some supplements that I take year round and also take during sick season to help me stay healthy? The one thing that I take year round, I take it year round, is I take my daily superfood shake. And I take this year round because it has over 75 superfoods, which decreases inflammation. It decreases free radicals in your body, which can cause cancer. And it has multiple servings of vegetables. It has my multivitamin, my probiotic, my digestive enzyme in it, and it is vegan as well. So I don't have the inflammatory markers from dairy in it. I drink that every day, my daily superfood. Shake, smoothie, whatever you want to call it. It's not a protein shake. It is literally my vitamin shake, and I drink it every day. I've been drinking it for 5 years now. My husband drinks it, and my kids drink it. During flu season, I'm not saying coronavirus season, during flu season, I use D3 drops, liquid D3 drops, and I put the D3 drops in my superfood shake every day. Just D3 drops. You can get them on Amazon. They might be in my Amazon shop if you want them. But I just put the D3 drops because remember D3 prevents, it helps with viruses. D3 does, helps with the immune system. So I put the D3 drops in my smoothie, but I only do that during flu season. Then the other supplement that I take I only take the supplement during flu season is elderberry. I also take elderberry. My kids take elderberry. So my kids get their superfood shake. They get the D3 drops in their shake as well. And then my kids also take elderberry during flu season, and I also take elderberry as well. And then the other supplement that I take to help with ward off sickness and germs is, as needed, this is really important, I eat raw garlic cloves as needed, especially when it's more cold season. So raw garlic is an incredible antibacterial, natural antibacterial, and it's great to kill off bacteria. So if I've noticed that there's a lot of common colds going around, a lot of respiratory issues, then I will eat raw garlic cloves. But I will mince them up and I'll eat them like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You might reek of garlic, but it's okay because I don't want to get sick. So those are the supplements that I take that will help with sickness and viruses and just staying healthy. Again, is my daily superfoods. I take that year-round, 24/7, because it has 75 superfoods and antioxidants in it, which decreases inflammation, decreases stress, and all of that stuff that we've been talking about. And then only during sick season, parentheses, I add D3 drops, vitamin D drops, to my superfood shake. I take elderberry and I eat raw garlic only when I notice that there's common colds and congestion. And if you see green in your snot, there's a good chance it's bacteria. So the second I see green snot by my kids, I start eating raw garlic cloves. Okay. Next, a couple prevention things is, I already talked about avoiding the gym because there's lots of germs there. But cover your cough, you guys. I talked about washing your hands, but common courtesy, cover your cough. Another common courtesy, moms, moms. I'm a mom of 3. And I also am a pediatric nurse. I don't work in the hospital anymore, but I worked in the hospital for years, is please do not send your kids if they are sick. Please don't send your kids if they are sick. If they wake up with a temperature, don't give them Motrin and send them to school. Emmy was out of school for 11 days. Out of school for 11, no, she was out of school 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She was out of school for 9 days. Emmy was out of school for 9 days. Some of those days she woke up with a 99.8 fever, 99.8, which I know sometimes that's not classified as a fever, whatever, but that's not normal. It's not normal. She woke up with a 99.8 and I didn't send her. Guess what? By 3 p.m., she had 101 fever. So please do not send your kids to school if they are sick. Keep them home because there's an incubation period for sicknesses. There's an incubation period for all of these viruses that we deal with, all of them, and sickness. So don't send your kid to school. Don't pre-medicate them so that their fever goes down. You guys think of everyone else. This is why we're in situations like this, because people are not respectful and courteous of other people. And protect yourself, protect everyone else, keep your kids home if they're sick. And if you're sick, don't go to work. Don't go to work, okay? Now, sick kids. Again, I'm going to go back to sick kids. For mamas, listen up. Even if you have someone that you're living with in your house, how did I not get sick? How did I not get sick over the course of 3 weeks when my entire family was sick with massive fevers and it was a nightmare? It was honestly, I think I cried a few times. It was so awful. It was so awful. I did all of my daily practices. I took all of my supplements, but a few things that I did when I had sick kids at home, Steven was sick, was I did quarantine the kids to their bedrooms. So I kept the living room, I kept the kitchen, I kept all of this living space as clean as possible because I was living in the clean space. I actually slept on the couch when it was really bad because I didn't want to sleep in the same bedroom as my husband because I did not want to get sick. So keep the main living area clean. I did quarantine everyone that was sick into their room. So literally I had 4 people sick in my house. They all stayed in their rooms until their fever was broke. I know, whatever. I didn't want to spread the sickness, okay? Mask. I did wear a mask. I did wear a mask in my own home because I did not want to get what they had. I didn't know what they had. They didn't have the flu, but I knew that everyone was getting it about 1 to 2 weeks after the next person, and I could not risk myself getting sick. I didn't wear a mask, but I wore a headband. If you have headbands, I wore my fitness headbands around my face, and it was easier for me to pull up, so I would pull it up and pull it down. I wore a mask. Another little tip that I learned in the hospital is Vaseline. So take Vaseline and take a Q-tip, and I put Vaseline right up my nose right here. Even if you have a corporate office job or if you work around a lot of people, if you're in healthcare, teachers, if you're around a lot of people right now, I would do this even when you go out, is take a Q-tip and take a little bit of Vaseline and just put the Vaseline right inside your nose, not so it's like hanging out. But the stickiness, it stops stuff from going up your nose. I know that sounds crazy, you guys, but it really works. And then of course I used Lysol, and I did use like oil of oregano, and I used different things in my house just to decrease. So I kept the air condition super duper low. I used Lysol. I used oil of oregano. And I used another essential oil. I can't remember the name of it. But those are the things that I did in my home when my entire family was sick. My entire family was sick, and I did not get it. Oh, I forgot one more thing, and I'm glad I put this here because I totally forgot to put this here, is the supplements. I went over the supplements that I take. I also take these, okay, right here. And I put these here because I knew I was going to forget them. I need to add them to my list right now. Putting my mushrooms. I take mushrooms. Not only does my daily superfoods have mushrooms in them, but this is specifically immune support. So this is Host Defense Mushrooms, My Community, Comprehensive Immune Support. And this is incredible stuff. Now, these are kind of pricey. I get these off of Amazon. I did my research. They are, just so you know, gluten-free. I've been taking these for almost a year now. I take these on the daily. I take these every day to prevent. I do. And they are incredible, but it's a whole bunch of different mushrooms, and it helps with just comprehensive immune support. And I take these, you can see that there's a gazillion mushrooms on the back here. Mushrooms are incredible for antibacterial, antiviral. I take these 2 a day, every day. And usually when I'm sick or if I'm trying to prevent, I do up the dosage and I'll take like 6 a day. So that's really everything. Those are all of my tips on how I prevent getting sick, and my kids too. I do not give my kids the mushrooms, but I do give my kids elderberry, and I do give my kids the D3 drops, and I do give my kids my superfood shake. So they get like pretty much everything that I take minus the raw garlic, because they will not eat raw garlic, and they don't take the mushrooms, but they take everything else. So yeah, those are my best practices for staying healthy and my kids healthy. And let me tell you this, if I made it out of those 3 weeks it was 3 weeks of hell. I'm going to be honest with you. It was so bad. Our kids have never been that sick ever. And I didn't get sick. And I know it's because of the daily practices that I've implemented, the supplements I take, and then just, quarantining the kids, using a mask at home, using the Vaseline, like all of those things. So that's it. Stay healthy, stay safe, but most of all, prevent. Don't just start taking care of yourself because of the coronavirus. You should be washing your hands year round. You should be doing these daily practices of drinking water and eating clean and working out year round, so that you can stay healthy, so that you can fight and decrease your chances of getting one of these weird viruses. You know what I mean? Even just the flu. So I hope this helped. I hope you loved it. And I'm going to go drink some water. And I'm going to go take my mushrooms. And, I forgot something else that I did. This is what happens when I'm like talking to you guys. I think of one more thing. So there is one more thing that I did. One more thing that I did when my kids were sick. I gave you guys a list of things that I did when my kids were sick. Saline spray. I totally forgot about this one. Saline spray. You can get it at like any store. But if you go in the sick section, there's like saline spray. And not only did I do the Vaseline in my nose, but I did saline spray like anytime I was around my kids when they were sick. Saline spray is just like a flush, and it just flushes out any germs that could be sitting in your nasal cavity or in your throat, and it just flushes them out. So I would do the saline spray every time I was around my kids. Like if they were coughing near me, sneezing on me, I would flush out my nose. So that's another little tip. I hope that helps. I'll make sure to drop all of these notes below, and I'll be emailing this entire list to all of my girlies that I have emails for on my newsletter. And that's it. Share this. Please share this. Share this right now if you're watching. Share this so that people will start preventing sickness, but not just prevent it now, but prevent it for 365 days out of the year, because that's really important. We can avoid these type of situations if we all prevent on the daily. Okay? Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Go find some toilet paper, chug your water, and go get in the sunshine.